There is not a single open world monster of a game that I can play at all, because none of them as yet have been modified for total blind accessibility, and that is something that I hope to achieve over the coming years. My name is Brandon Cole. I am a totally blind gamer, podcaster, blogger, streamer, voice actor, and most importantly, accessibility advocate and accessibility consultant. It's a good time to be a gamer right now, especially one vying for the chance to make things more accessible, which is what I do. If you want to know what blind accessibility is, it's all about information. What I would ask you to do is one of two things. Either close your eyes and try to play whatever your game is, or just imagine playing your game without a TV screen on. Do that, and then consider what information you no longer have. What do you no longer know? And then once you have done that, you will know what information you either need to find a way for us to access, or find a workaround so we can not need it as much. Anything that is visual is information we do not have. Once you realize that, you can start coming up with features and ideas of how to change that. I actually really like where Ubisoft is right now in terms of accessibility in the industry. Ubisoft is pushing forward. We know and they know that they're not there just yet, because blind accessibility is not an easy thing to do. It is a complex thing. It is very game specific, and it's hard to just throw a feature set at someone and say, this is how you make a game accessible. You can try that, but then you're going to find game specific things that you need to modify those features for. The most important things that I shared were narrate everything. We need access to every single text UI element that exists in a game. Just everything should be narrated, everything, in-game, out-of-game, all the things. So that was one major thing. The other thing is ways to improve navigation in a giant game, and even small games too. Because when you have a game that uses things like waypoints, we need to be able to get to those too. So one thing I suggested for that was to create a system where we could view the game's map, no matter how large it is, we could view it instead of a map as a list. So we move up and down through a narrated menu that tells us what each item is. We select that, and it creates a waypoint for us, and then we have multiple ways to maybe approach that waypoint. Maybe we use a sound beacon, or maybe we're auto-walked to the waypoint and given the option to stop if something interesting happens along the way. Or we are turned to face the waypoint when we press a button, so we can walk towards it ourselves, just automatically we're turned to face the correct direction. A lot of ways to approach navigation and movement, but even giant, monstrous worlds can be tackled approaching a navigation that way. As the days went on, I felt it. People changed, their mindsets changed. It went from, can we do this, to, yeah, we can do this, it's going to take work, but we can do it. And that's the best thing that I could have hoped for. That tells me that I did my job correctly. And that's what I want to do. I want to do this, this is the work that I love to do, and it makes me happy to know that they're into it. They're really into it, and it went very well. The blind thing is a condition, sure, but ultimately we're gamers as well, and we want to play the same games everyone else is playing.